President Ronald Reagan was once quoted as saying, "The most horrifying words an American can ever hear is, 'I'm from the government and I'm here to help,' suggesting that the government is not only often inefficient, but they cannot always be trusted to do what's right by the American people either." He clearly was a fan of the free market. So how does that tie in today? Well, currently we're talking about the Department of Government Efficiency, or Doge as it's called, headed by Elon Musk, and they seem to be trying to acquire a hell of a lot of information on the average American Joe, and it's being done apparently in the name of trimming the fat and getting some government spending under control. But what could go wrong? So as a result, a federal judge has already blocked Elon from accumulating just a host of private information such as banking account numbers, social security numbers, and all of this on the average American. I don't know how that's necessary to trim the fat, but a federal judge has stopped it. Here's how it has went so far. A federal judge early Saturday blocked Elon Musk Department of Government Efficiency, that's Doge, from accessing Treasury Department records that contain sensitive personal data such as social security and bank account numbers for millions of Americans. Now, the video is titled "In Elon We Trust." A lot of folks favor what Doge is doing. Trim the fat, get rid of the wasting government sounds great so that our tax money is not going to a bunch of bullshit. But why is Elon Musk automatically being trusted as the right guy for the job? That's what we're going to be tackling here. What has Elon Musk did to lead so many Americans to believe he is automatically trustworthy for all of this information and to control the purse strings for our entire government? What has he done to accumulate all of that trust? I want to hear from you folks in the comments, by the way. Do you trust Elon Musk? And if so, why? What is it based on? Other than he is an incredibly wealthy business person himself, do we have the notion that once a person becomes so wealthy, they would never be on the take again? I would submit to you an Indian billionaire that got recently caught up in a bribery scheme. So I want to say, don't ever believe that somebody can be so wealthy that they can no longer be bought. That is absolutely not true. Some might argue the only reason Elon Musk is in the position he's in is that he paid his way in there. So keep that in mind when we're trying to decide whether somebody can be bought or not. Now, 19 attorneys generals sued Elon Musk, the Department of Doge, trying to prevent them from getting this information. And a federal judge, as I stated earlier, by the name, this is U.S. District Judge Paul A. Engelmeyer. He's an Obama appointee, so obviously he leans left, but he is the one that has temporarily stopped the Trump administration by way of Elon Musk for obtaining all of this information. They literally went in the Treasury Department and just wanted access to everything. So that everybody who's received SSI, Social Security, you name it, just everybody's information. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, one of the attorney generals is referring to this as the largest data breach in U.S. history. Now, it could go right, which a lot of the folks on the right are hoping that Elon would trim the fat and save us a hell of a lot of tax money. But it could go very wrong, giving one group of people all of this information. And most of them are under 30. Most of them are under 30 that he's trusted with all this information. So that certainly is something worthy of noting. Now, out of the 19 attorneys generals that filed the suit against the Trump administration, guess who is one of the ones leading the charge? Letitia James is back in action. You may be aware she's the one in New York that won a lawsuit against President Trump earlier. I think it's probably around $500 million by now that is constantly accumulating. I don't think she'll ever get any of the money with Trump controlling all the purse strings of government right now, but she is the one that won that landmark lawsuit against President Trump. Out of all of the shit he's beaten and delayed, Letitia James is one that got one through. Her and Alvin Bragg with the 34 felonies. Those two are the ones that actually beat Trump. You'll never hear from Fonnie Willis or any of that other shit again. Jack Smith, all of them are gone. But Fonnie Willis and Alvin Bragg, both people of color, by the way, oddly enough, people of color in the city, in the New York area did win against Trump. Neither case will go any damn where. But they do have their place in history now as putting the case against Trump and successfully winning. So we'll see what happens. But in addition to Letitia James in New York, there are several other states that are in this lawsuit trying to prevent Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency from getting all this sensitive information on the average American. Those states are also on the lawsuit are Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Nevada, New Jersey, North Carolina, Oregon, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Wisconsin. Now, you might typically expect it's a Democrat versus a Republican issue going against Doge, but all of the states I read off to you, you might know that several of them are Republican states, such as Arizona is currently a Republican state, Nevada, North Carolina has been Republican for quite a while. So it's not, Wisconsin is Republican also. So it's not just Democrats going after these people. Now it could be, well, it actually is that the attorney generals in these states are Democrats, but it is what it is. There are several states. I mean, that's got to be damn near almost half of them. Actually, yeah, damn near about half of them are suing to prevent the Department of Government Efficiency from getting all this private information. Like I said, not only does this have a huge possibility of information getting leaked in the wrong hands, but what is it about Elon Musk and the team of young males, nerds that he's brought through that has automatically gained the trustworthiness of this country to allow them to have all their information? I understand everybody wants to cut the waste, to trim the fat in government. But why is we automatically assuming that Elon Musk is trustworthy with all of this information that could really, really do damage to this country? Is it simply because Trump told us he's trustworthy? Or is there something else out there? I certainly want to hear from you folks in the comments. Letitia James, to end it off, stated, "This unelected group led by the world's richest man is not authorized to have this information, and they explicitly sought this unauthorized access to illegally block payments that millions of Americans rely on, payments for health care, child care, and other essential payments," James said. Now, one thing we can say certainly about the Trump administration is they do believe in hitting you in the pocketbook. If you're on the wrong side of Trump, financially is where they're coming for you. Tariffs, you've seen that. Withholding federal funding for states that are getting on this wrong side. If he disagrees with you, the first thing he's going to do is try to hold up money coming to you. So what Letitia James is saying, we hope is wrong, but it does go in line with what Trump typically does. And that is hold up payments for things he don't like. That's what she's talking about. All of a sudden you got liberals and you don't want to pay their constituents for this program or that program. That's how you punish them. That's how Trump operates. He goes straight for the financial gut of his opponent. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you trust Elon Musk? I want to know if it's blind trust or if it's trust that is based on something tangible. Why do you trust Elon Musk to be the one to have access to all of our sensitive data? Other than Trump told us he is trustworthy, or do you simply believe because he is the world's richest man, he can't be bought off, so you can trust him with whatever he has to get his hands on to run the government? As always, feel free to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.